Hopefully now it can do what it gotta do through the headphones. Just want to get on here and talk to y'all real quick, for however long it lasts. We're gonna talk about where, from my perception, I see spiritual people fail. Ultimately, there is no failure. It's just a good point to talk from. Ultimately, there is no failure. That's a good point to talk from, right? What I see, what I have noticed, because I've studied self and I've studied the surroundings, right? The so-called surroundings, aka the matrix. Spiritual people lack conviction. You come into this realm with all of this new knowledge now, right? You've heard Bobby Hemmett, you've heard Brother Panic, you've heard whoever, you know what I'm saying, speak on spiritual teachings and break down all of this. But you motherfuckers lack the conviction. You motherfuckers lack the conviction. Sir Impeccable, peace, 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 motherfucker. That my dog, Sir Impeccable. But we're talking about where spiritual people fail, bro. And the failure, which ultimately, like I said, there is no failure. Um, but let's do that for a good talking point. You motherfuckers are not convicted. Motherfuckers are not convicted in their understandings. Motherfuckers are passionate. I get that. Motherfuckers are passionate about their findings and, you know what I'm saying, what they've heard and maybe even their practices. But they're not convicted within the principle. Why do I say that? Because every time you turn around, motherfuckers are talking about low vibrational beings, staying away from low vibrational beings, or ducking and dodging low vibrational beings. And this person did that to me, or this group of white people, or this group of whatever people did that. And I need to be saved from that. You may not say that straight out forward, but do a deep dive research into yourself. You still have those same beliefs. You worried about inner earth and if aliens are coming to do whatever the fuck and hopefully Donald Trump goes down and whatever the fuck. Or you're worried about um um monitoring spirits or evil spirits getting you. You lack fucking conviction. You are not convicted. This is something that I learned from Christians. This is something that I learned from my OGs. I grew up in the Southern Baptist Church. Obviously, now I'm not a Christian in that sense, right? Or we could talk about Christ consciousness. Fucking cool. That's cool. We can rock out with that. Whatever fucking concept you want to use, but you niggas is not standing on principle. Like my nigga Zero just came in and said, SOP. I don't give a fuck what spiritual system that you use. I keep telling motherfuckers that everybody's right. Why? Because the mind makes it right. You can't fucking walk in a room and have all your intellectual and logical knowledge that your child is not seeing a fucking monster under the bed or in the closet. He has strong conviction in his mind that there's a fucking monster in the closet. And no matter what you come with your cute little fancy words, he still believes there's a monster in the closet. He's right in his mind. So you have to move around with the ramifications of you got to act like you are that child. You got to see it from that child's point of view and give them techniques and whatever things to help them at that point. If y'all join and please hit that like button to help him from that standpoint of view. It's right to him. It's real to him. So just like that, to Christians, Jesus is fucking real. Let them have that. If that's not your thing, keep the fuck moving. Keep it pushing. Unless you niggas want to have an intellectual fucking battle. Cool. What's happening, gang? If you niggas want to have an intellectual battle, that's what spiritual people are doing. That's what you want to do. Just say it. And we're going to check it at the door. That's your ego. You want to have a spiritual intellectual battle about how you superior. Oh, you may not say it, but you know it. You got that little shit up under your breath. Unless you like a stupid Christian. But let's talk about the real deal ones. Like my grandmama and them, nigga. RP Miss Piola. Cause god damn it. Nigga, I remember one day I asked her, cause like I was questioning Christianity, obviously as a kid. I'm talking about as a kid. I'm probably no older than fucking 8 years old. And I asked her, I'm like, grandmama, so if somebody, cause she used to make me read the Bible. We used to sit down in her room and read the Bible. And she said, I asked her a question with something from the Bible. I asked her, I'm like, hey, so grandmama, you saying like, so if a man tried to come in here and kill you, like you wouldn't do XYZ? She looked at me, she said, baby, I have not a worry in this world. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ got me. I am good. I said, but grandmama, if he tried to do this, she said, baby, I don't have a worry. I have nothing to worry about. That's the same shit that you supposed to have in the spiritual shit. She didn't say, oh, that's the devil, and I'm gonna figure out a way to stop the devil. Oh, that's a low vibrational being. Let me try to stop and do a ritual and block that. Let me dodge low vibrational motherfuckers. Spiritual niggas is not having that. At least the ones on the internet. Let me say that. You're not hearing that. Everybody's trying to update you on information about shit you need to stay away from and run away from. She had that conviction of, I ain't got to run from shit and I'm not begging for my life. What I believe in, I stand on that shit. No matter what situation faces me. Now, me personally, you know what I'm saying? They gonna try to murk a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker try to come in and kill me and my grandmama. But that's another story. But nonetheless, that conviction of no worry, no fear, even though you know some type of fear has to exist in there. But my conviction and my principle overrules all of that. She didn't need to know the complexities of the mind body. All she needed to know was the motherfucking principle. And for her, her principle was Jesus. Why you niggas ain't got that? You niggas gods and shit. Obviously, I'm not talking to y'all in the chat. And I'm driving y'all, so I can't read too much of the comments. But you niggas don't have that conviction. It needs to be set in fucking stone. You know, in the West, we have a terminology called faith. Oh, what's your faith? What's your faith? You break down that shit. Somebody look up the definition of faith. I'm pretty sure it's right there synonymous with belief. And I'm not sure, but I think so. Not sure, but I think so. I really do think so. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a knowing. We're talking about a knowing. My grandmama, your grandmama, them had a knowing, nigga. That's why niggas could have been in fucking so-called slavery and still had complete, utter knowing that they good, regardless of the conditions. And some people just can't get that. You know what I'm saying? There was a group of people who just couldn't get that and so-called became jealous of that. Like, how the fuck can we put these black people through so much shit and they still are filled with joy and they still have caring hearts? Obviously, you know, there's always some at the bunch who get on that fuck shit. So, where's the conviction in this shit, man? Pick something and stick with the shit, dog. That's all niggas saying. Pick you something, stick with the shit. Now, you know, I come from the occult side of things. So the occult gets down to an intellectual breakdown of this whole existence. If I want to put it in a nutshell, right? If I want to put it in a nutshell, it gets to the intellectual breakdown. Damn, I can't even see. It gets to an intellectual breakdown of spirituality, the different planes of existence, the different things that exist, right? It gives you that breakdown. So if you get that breakdown, you got that understanding. And what my OG taught me was about the subconscious mind and how the mind works. And then I run into Travis Mages and I get the information about the tree of life. And that's a logical, even though abstract, breakdown of the mind of God. Oh, it would be automatically understood that if I am God, the tree of life is talking about my mind. It's talking about my mind. And when you do the breakdowns of it and do the study of it, oh, it is talking about my mind. But what's the foundation? What's the founding principle? It will be aim so far. What is that? Is there any way that I can find any more information on that? And lowly and behold, it's called fucking non-duality. More specific, Advaita Vedanta, which becomes a tradition, and it becomes, oh, you got to be like this. So me, I don't have any fucking conviction into picking up more fucking traditions. Traditions are gonna lock you the fuck down. That's my level of understanding of all of this. Everybody's free to do whatever the fuck they want to. If motherfuckers want to argue about the astro plane and then whatever other plane and this plane, but what about this plane and what about this plane? And do it. I have an understanding of that. I can bust that shit down like a brick if you want to, if I feel like it. But there's no worries of all of that because I stand on the principle. There can be no astral plane, no gods, no demons, no devil, no good, no happy, no sad, no mad, no evil without the founding principle of consciousness. There we go, zero. I see it. My thrive, peace. Yeah, like Cool T just said, pick it and stick it. Pick it, stick it. Pick one and stay there. Quit straddling the goddamn fence. Well, let me not say that because you may start off in your journey, you may be working your way through so-called journey. You may be working your way through and trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what resides with you more. That's one thing I've learned about the West. The body, mind, karma of the people over here in the West is different from those in the East, bro. You gotta respect it. You gotta check that shit. When I say check, like Bobby Hemming check, that means do your own research and see there's a difference. So we listen in Maharaj, or we listen and read from Maharashi, which we do on Sundays, Know Thyself Sundays, formerly known as Occult Sunday service. You understand they still move from a traditional way that Indians would be. You know what I'm saying? They got a tradition in the Indian way, even though they break tradition, because even Maharaj and Maharashi, they may be Advaita, but they may not be Advaita Vedanta. Advaita means not two, non-dual, but they may not be well versed and super studious about the Vedic scriptures. So what that means, they step out of tradition and go straight to the principle. But they will still have some patterns that signifies Indian lifestyle of living, of culture, right? So my culture, you're gonna see a nigga talking like how I'm talking, dressing like how I'm dressing. You know what I'm saying? Eating like how I'm eating. We're not trying to mimic their tradition. We're trying to get to the the founding fucking principles and get that shit understood and stand on that. Yes, my nigga, fear will appear. Yes, my nigga, doubt will appear. But you are the observer of that shit. The longer you do it, the more intense it gets, the less of a practice it has to be. It's just your founding principle, your background. It's like, do you have to walk around like, okay, my nigga Zero, he's Zero from Mexico. Think Zero has to walk around all day saying, I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican. Do I have to walk around and say all day, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, or whatever? I'm American, I'm American, I'm American, I'm American. No, it's drilled into your ass to the point you don't even have to think about it until a question is asked about it. Like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm American. Oh yeah, I'm Mexican. Oh yeah, I'm black. Oh yeah, I'm a man. Oh yeah, I'm a woman. You're not walking around thinking about that shit all day. It's already been repetitively placed in you. So now it's your backdrop. You get what I'm saying? That's the same way it should be about this cosmic P, about this principle. It doesn't become practice. It's not practice anymore. You no longer practicing. If it's just starting out, if you're just getting into it, perfectly fine. That's how it's supposed to be. There's no wrongdoing in that. There's no, oh, you at a lower level. There's no none of that. In the beginning stages, that's what it is. You get it repetitively placed within your mind. And then the mind has no choice but to submit to it. And yes, the mind will throw up doubts and fears, but you are the observer of those fucking fears. You observe those fears. It's like observing a motherfucking, like you turn on the TV and see a tsunami, or not a tsunami, but a hurricane just hit X, Y, and Z. Yes, it's there. Yes, fear and, you know what I'm saying, sadness may be there for those people that's going through it, but you still stand in utter conviction, my nigga, that you have nothing to worry about. You live in the middle of fucking Nevada or somewhere. No hurricanes coming there. That's the same way you should be observing your fears, your doubts, your uncertainties. I just put something on Threads this morning about your spiritual practice should be eliminating, or at the very minimum, reducing fear and doubt. If not, your heart not in it. I don't give a fuck what spiritual system you in, what religion you in. It should be reducing fear and doubt or completely eliminating it. What the fuck are you doing talking about what the fuck the president is doing? As far on a fear-based level. Oh, they finna do this to us. They finna do that to us. The fuck are you doing talking about spirits attacking and low vibrational people? Right. Fear comes from fucking doubt. You will say you only are afraid when you attach to the feeling of fear. These motherfuckers get it. And I keep saying, it's not that I'm in pat, like what the fuck ever the opposite of compassion is. I can't even think of the fucking word right now. Like, obvious motherfucker. Like, if a motherfucker hurt a motherfucker going through something, y'all know, y'all talk to me. I'm gonna talk to you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got fucking compassion. Cause I do. But when it comes to this shit, we gotta talk firm about this shit, gang. We gotta stand firm on this shit. We gotta stand firm on this shit. And for some people, it takes for it to be spoken to them in a firm way. That's how it took for me. That's why I talk like that. Because I've always talked like this. And then two, that's the way Bobby Hemming and the Brother Panic and what's the name was able to reach me. Sarah Soon said it. Facts, Martha. Facts, sir. And Peck was still thinking like a human. But everybody want to run around and talk about how, oh, I'm just a spirit having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience. Well, what's the founding principle behind that? Dig deeper into that. And what the fuck does that really mean? They're just throwing around these goddamn concepts and ain't really got into it. You gotta check that shit, man. I don't give a fuck if Bobby said, I don't give a fuck if Panic said it, nigga, go check it. That's what he said, that's what they said. Nigga, DYOR. Do your own research, nigga. You need to listen. The words that I say are my words to say, but your understanding is of your own. That is your understanding. When we do these book reads, I'm giving my understanding. I try to put less of my interpretation on it, but nonetheless, it's my interpretation. Because the ultimate principle here is pure silence. There's no words. Ultimately, all words are false. How do you work with that? Words are only used for means of communication. Words don't represent what the thing that is trying to represent really is. And then you got motherfuckers who trying to run around here tossing word salads. They just show you how far intellectual they are. This shit ain't for everybody. It's not. It's not. And that's why I apologize. Because I talk with such conviction about this shit. And you know what I'm saying? It can be taken like I feel like everybody should just get it. No, no. But what you should get is the minor principles. You should get the mind. You should understand the factions of the mind if you want some occult shit. You know what I'm saying? If you super spiritual and shit, you should understand the mind and the body because that's all that manifestation is. That's all that the matrix is. Since we talking about getting out the matrix, you should understand the founding principles of this motherfucker. That you should. You don't have to say that you're pure consciousness. You don't have to say that you're the absolute. That was my realization. And if it's yours, fucking whoop de doo. We game. And if it's not whoop de doo, we still game. Spiritual people are lacking fucking conviction. Everybody knows a whole bunch of concepts and terminologies, bro. Nobody's strongly standing on it. Why do you think you come here and you don't see me saying shit about worrying about spirits? I did one video on that shit. And I broke that shit down. Out all of I broke all that spookism shit all the way the fuck down, bro. Money. My bad, y'all had a call come through. I broke monitoring spirits down. They're fucking egregores. They're fucking thought forms. It's the fucking mind. Thoughts in the mind. And what do we learn from non-duality? Observe those thoughts. You are the observer of those thoughts. That's what you need to be convicted in. Because that's what you are already doing. I know some can't wrap their mind around that, quote unquote. That's what you are already doing. You're doing nothing but observing those things. Your conviction that it is real makes it real. So you will suffer the causes and effects that come along with that. That's the play of Maya. You gotta deal with that. That's the play of the illusion. Deal with it. I don't deal with spirits being evil and attacking and low vibrational beings. Man, what the fuck, man? They ain't doing shit to me. Because ain't nobody doing shit to me. The happening is fucking happening. And it's gonna continue to fucking happen. You niggas gotta know that shit, gang. You niggas got to know that shit. So, like I said, that's something that you can learn from the OG motherfucking Christians. The OG Christians, they stood on that shit. The real deal ones. Not the one who just go to church because their grandmama went to church and their grandmama said go to church and this and that. Not the ones who run around here complaining. That's what I've learned from them real OG Christians. And it was majority women. I can't think of no men right now. It was the women. They had pure conviction, bro. I ain't hear my grandmama complain, bro. It was roaches and rats all through that. I ain't hear my grandmama complain, bro. Well, the Lord gonna take care of it. And your little intellectual ass, our intellectual ass, that's stupid. Why you gotta? Well, see, you gotta, and it always worked out. It always worked out. Is that not the same shit that I've been teaching and pushing here, bro? Is that not what I've told you? No obstacles will apprehend you means. That shit has been instilled in me, bro. We can give it whatever name. We can call it the self. We can call it Brahman. We can call it God. We can call it consciousness. We can call it the I am. Whatever the fuck we want to call it, it ain't shit but names. But it's that principle. When you got real deal conviction in that principle, the fuck is the worry about? The fuck what Trump doing? Yes, and I understand, okay, you know what I'm saying, you need to get financial affairs in order, kids need to be taken care of, you know what I'm saying, wife, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, the body and mind is going to do that. But me, pure awareness, has nothing to do with none of that shit. I'm the observer of all of that. It's an identification switch. This is the real identification switch you got to have if you want to talk about I'm spiritual. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Well, switch your identification to that and quit making your identification all about the body. The body is a goddamn, what's the body? The body is a goddamn vehicle. You done made your identification with the vehicle. You forgot you the motherfucker who driving it. You think you are the goddamn BMW. You think you are the Rolls Royce and Benz. You think you are the Honda. You think you are that. That's where all your problems lie. What they say, what they say, all problems are problems of the body and the mind. All problems are problems of the body and the mind. When you figure out you are not the body and the mind, you get it all the fuck out. That's why I say spirituality is really simple, bro. All these complex concepts and shit like that gonna get your ass lost. You're gonna be thinking you got a million goddamn things to do before you die. You're gonna be thinking it's a million motherfucking things you gotta do. And I haven't seen yet where that shit has helped. Once you get this shit down to a simplicity, it's a wrap. Yeah, facts, cool. Like when I got that ticket dismissed. I got 5 of them motherfuckers dismissed. You hear me? I got 5 of them motherfuckers dismissed. Let me go back and read. People coming to this info from a religious perspective. It's so far removed from that shit. Facts, bro. Facts. That's what I'm saying. The Pentateuch the same shit. You niggas bring you thinking niggas thinking they deep, but they still run around here with the same Christian or religious. Let's say that. Let's just say that we say Christian because majority of us in America grew up Christian, right? So we run around. They run around with the same religious rhetoric or the same religious concept of viewing things, framework. Let's say that. Simple human. We know to do simple human shit we know to do. I'm not attached to any of it though. Facts. Correct. No matter what other life you're dealing with, the truth is the truth. And everything else is the result of the P. Facts. Facts are impeccable. Life is not bro, it's not hard, bro. Life is not fucking hard, bro. Damn. Let's see, let's sit up there. Okay, don't want to sit. Let's see. Just hold it. Life is not fucking hard, bro. Gonna make me some raisin bread toast. Nigga, I went to the grocery store the other day and found some raisin bread toast. Nigga, that shit took me back to childhood immediately. Immediately. Not that bullshit, that real shit. That some made raisin bread toast, nigga. Yeah, nigga. But like immediately though, right? Like this shit is not that, bro. It's not that. Yes, I come from the same background everybody else did. Cause you come to spirituality out of anger. You've been lied to. The white man made us Christians in slavery. So we got a problem with white people and we got a problem with fucking slavery. In his own respective right, I can't say that's wrong. In his own respective right, I can't say that's wrong. But that's part of our over here in the West. That's what I would say. That's the difference in our dharma or karma from the East. The East have a long range of preserved teachings that have not been adulterated by so-called white people. They shit is still raw and pure. They still have from teacher to student information passed down. And you got to understand a lot of this information is just now coming out for the Westerner to be able to tap into it. Hold up. So when we understand that shit, some people might get, oh, that ain't our black people shit. Like, man, get the fuck off my line with that shit, bro. You niggas don't want truth. What you want is something that fits your fucking ego and fits your concepts. You see that shit all day. That shit don't fit your concepts, you rejecting it. But I'm a truth seeker. You ain't seeking truth. You seeking shit that you already convinced is true. That's the difference. You seeking what's that shit called when you want people to confirm your you when people go to somebody looking for some advice or something, but what they really want you to do is just damn, what's the word called, bro? What they really want you to do. I can't even think of it, y'all. But what they really want you to do is just to goddamn um confirm they shit. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. Sorry. But what they really want you to do is confirm they bullshit. You just want comfort. You just want a motherfucker to confirm what you already believe. I mean some turkey sausage, nigga. Yeah, I mean some of these little mini turkey sausage around here, motherfucker. Niggas don't want truth. People don't want truth, bro. It's not what they want. Yeah, that confirmation bias shit. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Let's see. Y'all look at the 24 gurus that it will humble you and help you. Okay. Send that to the group chat, to the Discord, sharing pick. I don't think I ever heard of that, and I'm liable to fucking forget by the time I get off of here. Damn, I don't know what the fuck has happened there. But yeah, most people are into tell me I'm right instead of how can I grow. That's the conviction people got. If we want to be quite honest, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't want to be told what they need to hear. They want to be told what they want to hear. Just confirm everything that I'm saying, type motherfuckers. Like, bro, how is that helping you any form of growth? How the fuck is that helping any type of growth for you? Growth is uncomfortable. Everybody agrees to that, but don't nobody want to agree to that type shit. Everybody agree to that, but don't nobody want to agree to that. Nobody wants to, bro. And that's what I've learned over the years. But yeah, I just came here to say that, y'all. You gotta have utter conviction in this shit. Zero say, I think any type of knowledge leads you to oneness and the realization that you are everything beyond this personality, and you can see all your experiences as you. That's useful knowledge, and obviously zero get it, but that's all we saying here. That's all that's being said, because that's why I say ultimately everybody's right. It's gonna lead you back to the same thing. Ain't that what we just read last night? And not even just because he said it. If you observe this shit and look at this shit, you understand that's exactly what the fuck it is. Different systems, different time frames, different people give it a different name. And different people come up with different systems to reach it. That's it. It ain't that deep. It's not that fucking deep. And guess what? In each pocket of all of those religions or spiritual systems, you have motherfuckers who pussyfooting and half stepping. You have those people who get caught up in the cultural aspect and the how you should act and what you should act like and what you shouldn't eat and what you should be around, what you shouldn't be around. You got people who get stuck up in that aspect. Then you got people who get caught up in the exoteric aspect, not the real deal meaning, hidden meaning behind the shit, but the apparent meaning behind shit. You got that shit in the occult shit too. People get into the occult and do the same exact shit. You religify the shit. And you're not getting to the real deep meaning of what this shit is actually saying. You're not looking for that. You're looking for something to be cool and edgy about around your friends, around social media. You want to look deeper than everybody else, or you want to be weird and stand out more. Because a lot of us, let's be 100% about it. A lot of us grew up outcasted. So now we can find our place in some type of outcasted way. Let's be 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's be 100 about that shit. A lot of us grew up outcasted, and that's how it works over here in America. The dharma and karma of motherfuckers of the bodies and the mind that has incarnated in the West. That's how our shit end up going. And that's the P we all pushing. You did. It all leads to the center. Like, let's keep it 100, y'all. That's the real reality of this shit. That's why I always say, observe your thoughts, your one-sided ass opinions. Observe them, man. Observe them, bro. You should be able to see how the point of view everybody else has. I'm not saying you gotta agree and live with it as if it's your reality, but you should be able to see. I can see a Muslim's point of view. I can see a Christian's point of view. I can see a Jewish person's point of view. I can see a gay person's point of view. I can see it. I don't have to agree with it and live to it. I can see Donald Trump's point of view. I don't have to agree with it and live my life from that perspective. No. But I see how and why. Why? Because I understand the mind. Because I understand the mind. I know what the mind is. I know what Maya is. I know what the illusion is. It's not just a fucking cool concept. Man, I'm missing some shit. We truly don't know shit. Facts. We truly don't know a goddamn thing. I want to say this to you and all of you for the amazing beings like Trav J. Bobhead, Don Tree, and all of the community. I really love you. You all top tier in my reality. Facts, facts. Same here. What Zero said. That's it, cool, right there. It's all moving to the center. Even those who seem lost are just in the fucking slow lane. That's it. But motherfuckers gonna get there. They have no choice. They have no choice. Because there's nowhere else to go. They got nowhere else to go. Ain't shit else. This is it. The founding principle that we're talking about here. That's it. You can't get away from it. You can't veer from it. Especially if time don't exist. What us spiritual folks like to say. And I agree. I'm just saying. Time don't exist. Time is an illusion. Okay? So what you in a rush for, buddy? And I like that. I like that right there. Sir Impeccable said they might make it there before we do. How would that hurt a motherfucker feeling? I put in all this work and they got how you get here before me? Nigga, we all here. Chill. You here, right? God damn. How you get here before me though? But yeah, dog. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button. If you're just tuning in, rewind this motherfucker back. I just wanted to pop up on here and tap in with the chat. I'm gonna get ready to eat my goddamn raisin bran toast, my nigga. Yeah, that shit taking me back to the childhood that ultimately don't exist. As always, no obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over pain, my nigga.